All right, so Boston Seaport, you're looking for everything you need to know about it. It's a great place. It's super exciting. There's a ton of great amenities. It's stylish. There's luxury condos. There's a ton of music, great food. There's just like a lot of green spaces. And of course, obviously, it's by the water. So many great things that you might be looking for, and that's what we're going to tell you about in this video. So stay tuned, because for Boston Seaport District, we're going to tell you everything that you need to know. So if you're relocating to Boston, what's up, everybody? This is Joe with the Turco Group right here in Boston, Massachusetts. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about working, eating, living, playing, and what it's like to be in the Seaport District, make sure you tap that subscribe button. Click the little bell so that you're notified every time we do a new video. Honestly, we get so many phone calls, texts, emails every day from people who are relocating here, and we absolutely love it. If you're thinking about moving anywhere in the area, relocating, or coming here to stay, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send Paul Revere. Days, nights, weekends, however you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back when moving to Boston. So I just really wanted to kick this video off right and get right into it. The Seaport District is one of my favorite places in Boston. I love hanging out there. I love the just music events. I love the food that's there. I love, just what it offers as part of our city. It is definitely a young and energetic vibe. There's lots of artists, there's lots of shopping. There's so many just amazing things about this part of the city that I love and that you're going to love too. So let's kind of take a look at what you need to know about the Seaport. Okay, so one of the things that you need to know is that right now, it's still a work in progress. There's things going on that you need to know about, and it's not where everything is perfect. But an exciting new public space is opening in Boston Seaport, and that's the Harbor Way. Now, let me tell you about it. It's not going to be done until 2024. So like I said, things are moving, things are in progress, but there's still some construction going on. It's not like a finished product, but this is going to be 1/3 of a mile just of pedestrian promenade and walkways that's going to really change the way the Seaport connects to the Boston Harbor, and it's going to make it super green and super accessible. And what it's also going to do is going to give that kind of vital just like link between Summer Street and the waterfront, which, I mean, let's be honest, if you're in the Seaport, that's why you're there. You love the waterfront. But really it's going to be just this phenomenal, green beltway of just like parks and areas. And I mean, they have one of the best landscape architects, and that's James Cornerfield, just going to town and making this gorgeous. So it's one of those things where you're really going to want to know more about it and to check it out. So let's kind of take a look. Okay, so let's talk about how this is getting started. So Harbor Way's first phase is going to be this new green space, and it's going to be called The Rocks at Harbor Way. Now it's going to offer a really memorable kind of open space experience that is going to be there for the whole city to enjoy. And why is it named The Rocks? Well, it was named after, the 250,000 plus pounds of locally sourced boulders, also known as glacial erratics, that can be found in the heart of Harbor Way. So it's really the first phase of getting the Seaport into something even more amazing than it already is. Okay, so what else? Because, we're talking about everything you need to know about the Seaport. Coming in 2023, a few short months from now, is going to be the Summer Steps. They're going to be connected to Harbor Way via Summer Street, the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center, with just this huge new grand stairway and a pedestrian boardwalk. And again, this is going to be completed 2023. What else is coming? You're also going to be having an ice rink coming, and it's going to be called the Snowport Season. What a great name for the Seaport District. Actually, not a fan, but that's okay. So one of my favorite things about the Seaport District is just the amount of art. So it's kind of like, Boston is the new Boston, and it's all about art. Now, it's funny because that's kind of what the Seaport has coined as a phrase due to one of the murals that's at One Seaport Courtyard. It's just this urban style area with a bunch of shops and restaurants and stuff like that. And it has this amazing mural that says Boston is the new Boston. So speaking of other just kind of public art installations that are in the Seaport that I love, let's talk about the Channel Center garage installation. Now, most people are gonna be like, Joe, why do I care about a garage installation? This place is gorgeous. I mean, it was created by Joanne Collinson and Spalding Togus Architects, and it's a 9-story parking garage that's basically dressed up and is painted in perforated metal panels that also have these crazy mesmerizing and just beautiful flowing colors of LED lights that kind of go on at night. Now, it's one of those things where when you're walking around the Seaport District, you're going to be seeing murals, you're going to be seeing these art installations, you're going to be seeing things at the ICA going on. And if you don't know, that's the Institute of Contemporary Art. And that's where I love living in the Seaport. It's just got so vibrant of a community. So when you're thinking about moving here, these are things that if that speaks to you, this is going to be, your community. This is going to be where you're going to want to be. So do me a favor, drop a comment below on what some of your favorite Seaport art installations are and kind of what you're getting excited about. Tell me, do you like the fact that we have the Beltway coming and that, we're going to have all this additional green space? Let's get into it. All right. And that's the thing. Not all art is about, the visuals. A lot of it has to do with just the creatives. And, part of that is one of my favorite places, and that's Grub Street. So if you've never heard of it, Grub Street is kind of one of the nation's leading creative writing centers right in the Seaport District. And it's based around a belief that narrative transforms lives and it builds bridges and it produces empathy. And that, by rigorously kind of developing the voices of every type and talent and, removing barriers to entry, Grub Street fosters the creative process of meaningful stories that people are telling and ensures that excellent writers are remaining vital and relevant. So it's just an amazing place. It's super cool. I highly suggest giving, a quick stop by and checking it out. It's there for people of all ages. And I mean, it's just honestly phenomenal. It is one of the reasons why, again, I'm just head over heels for, the Seaport. I mean, you really can't beat the Seaport District. It's one of the best in the town. So that's the other thing. So if you're really into the arts and you love photography, you want to look into what some of the different Boston photography workshops are doing in the Seaport District. I mean, it's a creative studio that's teaching regular people how to start making better photos with, just a different assortment of classes centered around the needs of getting into it. So again, it's where if you are a person that loves the arts, you gotta stay, you gotta check this out. I personally am a photographer and it's one of my favorite places. And no, I'm not talking about just going out to, the pier and taking that same picture that everybody takes. it's about really getting out there. And it's just so much fun because with the bright lights, with the just new urban development, with all of the people that are walking around, if you like street photography, it's that just kind of great and interesting composition that's always kind of jumping out at you in the Seaport. And let's not forget with the live music that's always going on, there's tons of different bands and just different performers and artists that you can also take pictures of, as well as, just enjoying the music. So, I mean, there's so much going on. It's like they condensed everything you would ever really want into just the Seaport. All right, so one of the best things that I love about the Seaport is just there's so many kind of these small pop-up little shops and areas where, emerging small businesses are given the space to kind of shine and like have that little pop-up and, have a just growing community. So like we have just all of these lasting relationships that are created. And, it's based on that belief that retailers need both kind of like a physical and a digital space. And that's how they're going to be, there. So we have what's called The Current, and it's home to an exciting mix of small brands in the neighborhood. And it's, open, from like October through January. And it's kind of like that tail end through the, season where people are shopping, people are buying for Christmas, for Hanukkah, for all the different things that are going on during those months, the season of giving. So like the Seaport is always bustling at that time. And one of my favorite things about the Seaport District is every year they have Christmas markets. So there's lights, there's little shops. It's like if you were in Vienna or in any of those just amazing places. And it's phenomenal. So, I mean, we're talking about everything that you need to know about the Seaport District right now. And that's why it's just an eclectic mix of different topics. There's, so much going on. And I really want to get into Seaport Sweat. And a lot of people are like, what is that, Joe? Why do I want to know about that? Why is that important? I mean, it's Boston's biggest free workout series. And, we've been doing it for 7 years now. 2022 is the 7th year. And it is just like booming where you can, join everybody on the Seaport Common. And there's a variety of classes. And it's all of like Boston's favorite health instructors. So, you have things like Seaport Sweat, and you have like a yoga sculpt class. You have things that are just like getting you out there. You have like mindful warrior yoga. You have just like a ton of different things going on. And I mean, when you want to like go out after that, let me tell you, there is enough nightlife and breweries that we'll talk about in another video. And it's just phenomenal. So hopefully you've seen that this is kind of everything about living in and interacting in and hanging out in the Seaport, because I just wanted to get that out to you and make sure that you knew what was going on, because that's everything you need to know. Now, if you're thinking about moving here, you need a lease, you need to buy a condo, or you're potentially thinking about, upgrading from one property to another, so you need to sell and buy, we're here to help. The only way we can help, though, is if you reach out to us. So send us an email, shoot us a text, give us a call, days, nights, weekends. I'm telling you, it's always my favorite thing when I get a person reaching out to me from one of these videos. It makes my day every single time, and I love helping everyone. So if you're in love with the Seaport District, give this video a like, drop a comment. I look forward to hearing from you when you reach out. And until the next video, we'll talk to you later.